If you want to see how I made this beautiful dress, keep watching. The child is about, let's say, I think she should be about um 11 to, yeah, something like that. So if you're here to subscribe, click on the subscribe button and hit on the notification bell for you to be notified each time I make a new upload. Thank you. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. So for today's tutorial, this is the fabric that I'll be using. This is the main fabric. It's actually not up to 1 yard. It's actually not up to 1 yard. You know, one thing with some mom, after making clothes for themselves, let's say a material is remaining, they'll ask you to use it to make for their daughter, you know, stuff like that. So this was the material that was remaining. So I'm going to use it to make something for her daughter. So that's that. And I'll be adding bridal satin to it. This bridal satin doll face, because the material will not be enough, so I'll be adding bridal satin to it. And then this is the organza I'll be using to beautify it. Organza. And then this is the lining, and then this is the zip I'll be using. So that's that. Let me keep this aside. Then I've already drafted out the pattern for the... Before I continue, I just want to explain something. This is just a basic princess dart pattern. It's just a normal, normal basic princess dart pattern. There is no, there is no big deal about it. It's not actually for an adult. It's actually for a small child. So that is that. It's actually for a small child. So head over to the description box and click on the link there and go and watch the video on where I explain how to draft your pattern. So as you can see, I finished cutting them, the fabric, the satin, and then I also cut the lining for them. This is the front and this is the lining to the front. I'll be using the material for the front. You know, I told you that the material is not up to 1 yard, so I have to manage it. And this is the lining. Then this is the bridal satin. I'll be using it for the back, and then this is the lining for it. Okay, let me show you something. Let me place it on the table. I also went ahead to I use an stay on the lining, sorry, on the bridal satin. You can see the stay. Let me place it. So this way it is. I gummed essay to it, but I didn't make it full. I made it half. You can actually go ahead and make yours full, but for me I made my half. Take note that I'm placing the right side of the lining to the right side of the satin. You can see it. You can see it. You can see it. So that's that for this. So the way I'm going to sew it, it's this. Please pay attention. The way I'm going to sew it is this. So the way I'm going to sew it, I'm going to join. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Let me take the line aside. So the way it is now, I'm going to take these two and sew them together, starting from starting from the under. I'll sew it. I'll sew it. So after sewing it, I'll also sew this one. I will sew them separate, and then for the lining I will still do the same. I will sew them separate. Then after sewing it separate, then I will come back, then use the lining on each of them. I hope you understand. Let me try and explain again. The way it is now, let me separate them. These two and these two. I will sew this one first. After sewing this one, I'm going to sew this one. Then after that, what I'll do is, the way I sewed this as in these two and these two, I also do the same for the lining. So after doing the same for the lining, then I will now use the lining to now turn it over. So that's that. That's for the back. And then for the front, it's, you can see it, this is fabric and this is lining. I call them the same thing, like the way I call this one. So what I'll do is, I'll go ahead and join the fabric, this one to this and this to this. So I'll go ahead, I'll start here under, then sew it here, and also then after sewing it, it will be something like this. It will be joined together. After doing for this one too, I'll also do the same for this. I'll start from here, sew it, and it's going to be like this. You know, after doing it, it's going to be like so. After that, I also do same for the lining. So after doing same for the lining, I'll now use the lining to, you know, place it and turn it over. I hope you understand. So let me go to my sewing machine and do it. This is the front. This is the front. You can see it. This is the front. Then this is the lining to the front. Okay, yes. This is the lining to the front. This is lining to the front. So what I'll do is to place the right side of the fabric to the right side of the lining, like this. The material is a little bit stretchy, you can see it. So I'm going to place it like this. Then I'm going to sew the front, and I'm going to sew the neck. That's the neckline. I'm going to sew it. I'm not going to sew the shoulder because I'll still join the front panel to the back panel. So I'll sew the neck, and then from here, starting from a little part from starting from here, that's part of the armpit, then I'll sew it straight. I'll do the same at the other side. So starting here, I'll sew it straight, and then the neck. So that's what I'm going to do for the front. Then for the back panel, this is the back panel. 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 And this is the lining to the back panel. This is the lining to the back panel. You can see it. So what I will do, just like that of the front, I will place the right side of the fabric to the right side of the lining. This should be for this. Then I'll also do the same. Place the right side of the fabric to the right side of the lining. Then for this, I will also sew the neck. I also sew the neckline. Stop here. I hope you can see it. And then I will sew the sides. I'll sew the side. I'll do that for this. So what I did for this is also something that I will do for this part. Like I said earlier, I will arrange it properly, then sew the neckline, and then starting from here, that's a part of part of the armpit, then I'll sew this side. I will also do that here. For this side, I'll sew it straight like this. So that's that. What I will do for this is what I will do for this. So after I might have finished sewing them, that's when I will now join them together. So let me go to the sewing machine and do that. So as you can see, I've joined it. So this is the front, and then this is the back. This is the back. This is the back. So what I've used to just give it a good press, then close up the zip allowance. When I close up the zip allowance, I now join the shoulder. And join the shoulder. This is how I'm going to join the shoulder. I'll cross this and sew it. So as you can see, I've fixed the zip. You can see it's very, very neat. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and join the side. Join the two sides. So I'll go ahead, join the two sides. Take note of the seam allowance that you added. So that's what you'll be taking in. Seam allowance. So let me go and do that. I'll go and join the two sides, taking note of the seam allowance and taking note of the seam allowance I used at when cutting the fabric. Another method also is to, you can also use your tape again. Then take note of the client's measurement. Take note of the client's measurement. You can also decide to mark it. Take note of the measurement, then mark, and then sew it down. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me go and sew the two sides. So as you can see, I've sewed it. You can see the way it's looking. You can see the way the zip, everything, it's okay. So the next thing is, for the down part, I'm going to measure it round. Take note that since this material is actually stretchy, I didn't just measure it like this. I'll measure it round to be on the safer side. That's what I'm going to do. I'll measure it round. So I have almost, okay, so when I measure it round, I have like 31 inches. 31 inches. So what I will do is, I want to cut 180 flay. That's what I want to use for the down part. 180. So you can see it, we have 180 flay. 180 flay. So the next is so what I'll do is I'll just take note of the half inch I'll use to join it. I'll start from there. This is a half inch, half. So I'll now start marking 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. So this 1 inch, I'm left with for the down part. I'll just mark half, since I'll be folding it. So I'll just 1 inch. Then at the tip, it's 1. Then okay, you see 1 inch on both sides. I said we'd have 1 inch till down. So that's what I'm going to mark round. As you can see, I finished drawing out the lines. You can see it. So what I'll do is to sew the seam allowance I left. I'm going to sew it. So after sewing it, I'll press it and then open it up. So let me go and do that. So as you can see, I've marked and sewed it. You see it. But I'm yet to press it because there is no light. When there is light, I will press it. So let me show you what I will do after the pressing. I actually want I want it to stand. So what I'll do is I'm going to add crinoline to it. I'm going to add crinoline to it. So what I'll do is just on the right side of the fabric, I'm just going to place it like this and sew it a little here, just probably quarter or half inch, sew it round. I'm going to sew it round, and after that I will, take it back, like as in fold it back like this, then sew the edge. After sewing the edge, and I also hold it here, sew it here, so that it's going to stand. So that's that for this. Then for the bias, I've gone ahead to cut my bias. I wanted to do it 4 inch, that's 4 inch, but I was like, I changed my mind. So what I did was I cut 8 inch. The bias is actually by 60, and I bought 5 yard, so I have to manage it for it to be okay. So I cut, it's roughly 8, sorry, it's okay, it's 7.5, 7.5. So what I will do is I'm going to fold it like this. After folding it, I will sew it. If I should sew it, I'll turn it, then press it. So the place I stitch will be inside. Press it. So after pressing it, I hope you understand what I'm trying to do. It will be like this. Then that's when I will now start sewing. I will now be pleating and be sewing it. And the way I'm going to sew this, since I increase the length of the since I increase the length of the organza, this is actually organza. So since I increase the length, what I will do it for this line, if I should sew on this, I will leave this and sew on the next one. So I'll sew here, leave this, sew here, leave this. I wanted to make it smaller, but I was like, let me make it a little bigger. It all depends on what you want to do. Anyone will be okay, but I changed my mind, and now I want it to be bigger. So I'll sew on this. After that, I will now sew on this. So I have just about 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, roughly 9 lines I will be sewing on. Yes, 9 lines I'll be sewing on. So that's that. So let me go and do it. So as you can see, I finished pleating it. You see how beautiful it looks. I use almost all the 5 yards. What is just remaining is just a little bit, You can see how beautiful it looks. And after I pleated, I noticed that there are some spaces in between. I was jumping one line, so I noticed there are some spaces in between. So I still went ahead and fill up those spaces, since I was left, with organza. So that's it. Make sure that you make yours to be full. It's going to be very, very beautiful. So the next is to the lining. This lining I'll be using, I just cut a 180 flay for the lining. So that's that. And I'll be attaching hard net to it. This hard net. So what I'll do is to fold the hard net into two like this. When I fold it into two, I'll leave a little space up here that I'll use to attach the lining to the main fabric. So what I'll now do is to start pleating. I'll start pleating like this. I'll start pleating, and when I have finished pleating it, I'll now turn it over like this. I'll turn it over, and then top stitch here, to hold it firm too. I'll top stitch here. So after that, I'll now attach it to this one. So that's that. Let me go to the sewing machine and do it. And also, when attaching it to this one, this one will be in the middle. This will be in the middle, so that when the child wears the clothes, she won't be feeling the net on her body. So this will be in the middle, and then the lining will be covering it. So that's that. So let me go to the sewing machine and do it. So as you can see, I finished sewing it. You can see how it is. When you turn it over, this is how it's going to look like. I I didn't pleat it much, so that's why it's not all that true. But if you want yours to be very, very full, you can pleat it, you know, you can pleat it much. So that's that. So I'll go ahead and attach this to this. So I'll attach this to this, and then when I'm done with this, I'll then attach the flay to the main fabric, and I'm done. You can see for the main fabric, I've already attached the sleeve. The sleeve is just your normal basic sleeve. There is no big deal about it. See, it's a normal basic sleeve. It's a normal basic sleeve. So that's that. It's a normal basic sleeve. So that is that. And I think when I've finished attaching it, I'll be done with it. I'll show you the final result. I'll show you the final result. So let me go to the sewing machine and do that. You can see how beautiful it is. I know you learned something from this video. If you do, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like and share. And if you are yet to subscribe, please kindly click on the subscribe button and hit on the notification bell for you to be notified each time I make a new upload. And also, if you have any question, let me know on the comment section. Till I come your way next time. Bye bye. Do have a lovely day.